week on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles. Coming up next.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that it's a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set. And off we go here on EA Sports. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
On play action, Hurts. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing, and ultimately led in an incompletion. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On third down, here's Hurts. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And it's going to lead to fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out, Greg, by the #1 overall pick way back in 2009, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But when he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
First carry here for Kyren Williams. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. Working out of the gun, Stafford. And this ball incomplete on third down. Reed Blankenship had the tight coverage and comes up with the defensive play.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Eagles offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll manage only the 34-yard line. He's brought down after a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
On third down, it's Hurts. That's taken in by Dotson. They gain 18 yards on that one. Good for an Eagles first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. This one to his big tight end, Uzama. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on them early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
It is 3rd and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. And that is incomplete. He was trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Rams offense ready for their second possession. They were 3 and out first time around. They'll begin anew here in this scoreless game. It's 1st and 10. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And the drive begins with a run by Williams. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. Second down and 8. Off the bootleg, it's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Here's a screen set up to Williams.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll start out first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Open man downfield is Smith. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That's good for 27 and a first down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
First and 10. Throwing is Hurts. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Here's Hurts. Quick slant into the hands of Smith. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. Hurts now. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Let's give a lot of credit to the defensive plan that this coaching staff has come up with coming into today's game. Every time it seems like the offense makes an adjustment, the defense counterpunches. Different looks, different fronts, different pressure packages. They have had all the answers so far, and the sacks just keep piling up.
Here's Braden Mann now, as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. Cup in motion. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Jordan Davis, the man in the middle, brings it to an end. They'll come up on a second down and 8. From the gun, here's Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Here's 1st and 10. They run over center with Williams. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. That is caught. It's Robinson. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up 1st downs without getting to 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
So first off, nice job picking up enough for the 1st down. But I got to be honest, Mike, when he caught it, I thought he was going to put his foot in the ground and get physical and run through contact and try to score. I'm not so sure why he just so quickly ran out of bounds, even though he was able to pick up the 1st.
They'll go big, 3 tight ends in the formation for 1st and goal. And he's going to be stopped in the backfield, taken down back at the 3.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he'll go down, back at the 4.
The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain 1 additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Demarcus Robinson. Touchdown, Rams. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Rams will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Britton Covey now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense getting set to get back to work. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. To throw, Hurts. He's going to run it. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run it here with Saquon. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
On 2nd down, Hurts. Now he'll run it. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw is Hurts. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
The defense is going to have to come up with a plan for this quarterback using his legs, Mike, or it's going to be a long day. They knew coming in he was a threat, but I'm not sure they thought he would be this effective this early.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Barkley. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Barkley. And he will get into the end zone. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Rams offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. Over the middle, it's Kupp. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. On the give, it's Williams. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
On 1st down, right back to Williams. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Stafford. Nakua snags it over the middle. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. A give, and here comes Williams. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. It's another run here for Williams. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. Josh Sweat there on the tackle. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here now, 3rd and 5. Throwing, Stafford. It's complete. He's got Kupp. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run, and here's the rookie from Michigan. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. This one is caught by Robinson.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Third and 2, Stafford. That's caught, left side, it's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. And we're back in Philly in a moment. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. That is caught. And he is close to the pylon, but they say he's not in. But he's got the next best thing. No touchdown, but a first down. It's 1st and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away?
A dive, and he's in! Lake Corum. Touchdown, L.A. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Cardi now to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Rams will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. For the return, here comes Britton Covey. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's going to air this one out, looking for Dotson. And he will go all the way. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Philadelphia. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
Elliott on now for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Eagles will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This will be returned from the 6. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here comes Cooper Kupp and the rest of the LA offense set for this next Rams possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll run it with Williams. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Now it's Stafford. Throw right side, hauled in by Kupp. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. To throw is Stafford. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Here's Ethan Evans now, as he is on to punt for the Rams. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
3rd and long for Hurts. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now Their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's their punter now, as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Rams offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. Open man is Robinson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
The motion man is Nakua. Now a 2nd down throw for Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Stafford now on 1st down. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Off play action. It's Stafford. That is caught. It's Robinson. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not, and when he throws it, catch it.
Stafford to throw again. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Now, this looks like a design run. A 2nd effort, and he is in. Matthew Stafford. Touchdown, Los Angeles. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
On comes Joshua Carty for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Rams have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over once again. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14, and they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Running from the pistol with Barkley. And he'll bring this up to the 48-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Now Barkley. And how about that back bulldozing his way forward, a gain of 9 yards. Second and a yard. Hurts will work here from the pistol. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
If you want to play running back in today's modern NFL, Mike, you have to be able to be a viable weapon in the passing game. It's all about touches. It's not just about handoffs anymore. It's how many different ways can we get the ball in your hands.
A pistol snap back to Hurts. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Open man, Devontae Smith. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Here's the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Williams. Brought down at the 21, a gain of 1. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Williams. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Stafford. He's got a man. That's Nakua. Complete.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. On 1st and 10, Stafford. That's to the left side and pulled in by Higbee. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5. Here's Stafford. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Stafford now on 2nd down. It's caught. It's the tight end, Higbee. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Cup in motion. Throwing again is Stafford. He gets this to the veteran tight end, Higbee. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. But as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
To the air again, Stafford. He'll find his tight end. It's Colby Parkinson. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. but he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. There's that man again, another catch. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here first.
And he'll take it on in. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Rams. Cardi now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Rams have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Covey now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and running back Saquon Barkley heading back on the field. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And in motion is Brown. A 1st down throw for Hurts. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Hurts finding Smith, and an eagle. 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. A throw on the move is caught. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. First down and goal. And he's in. Jahan Dotson, touchdown Eagles. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Eagles are back to within 7. It's 28-21. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford heading back onto the field. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
So we're at halftime, and it's the visitors, the Rams, taking the lead to the locker room. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, it's where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment, but for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football, and you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. A throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
Now a second down throw for Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Now a first down throw for Stafford. That's to Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons, he can spread the ball out and find the open space.
Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. On the play fake, here's Stafford. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up third down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
That is caught downfield by Kupp. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
On first down, Stafford. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
That is caught. It's Robinson. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
From the shotgun, it's Stafford. He's got it at the 3.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Ball at the 3, second down, and goal. Kupp in motion. They'll try to run it with Williams. This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3.
So on second down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on 3rd and goal, I don't think you have any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. This about as short as you can get. Carty's kick is good. And the Rams will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Covey now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. Quick slant into the hands of Smith.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught left side by Goddard. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
He's going to tuck it and go.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And he's going to have a 1st down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Hurts going to call his own number. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
2nd and 7. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's Hurts. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Stafford now to throw on 1st down. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. On the carry, it's Williams. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Stafford. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Off play action. It's Stafford. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Punt team headed out for the Rams, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Kenneth Gainwell. Ooh. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards.
Man, how nice is it to have a guy like this? He's your backup running back, but he's kind of a change of pace. He's got that home run ability, and he showed it there. That was a heck of a run.
First and 10. Now Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
A 2nd down throw for Hurts. And it'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
A first down throw for Hurts. Now he'll run. And he won't quite get to the end zone, but they're going to be set up at the 2-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
Here's Barkley trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short.
Well, after being stopped for no gain on first down on the ground, Mike, it brings up the question, 2nd and goal from the 2, what do? I like throwing it. I don't like waiting till 3rd down to air the ball out. So if they want to take a shot at the end zone, I think it's got to be here on 2nd and goal.
So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. One more time, they try Barkley. And he will dive into the end zone. Saquon Barkley, touchdown Philadelphia. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense and Cooper Kupp heading back onto the field. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. The motion man is Nakua. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
It's another run here for Williams. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Following the play, we have an Eagle who is shaken up. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Hurts to throw. That's taken in right side by Goddard. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. Throwing is Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Hurts again. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the 1st down, sets up 1st and goal.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. To throw is Hurts. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he's got another one. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And making a hat trick, that is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
Elliott now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Eagles have taken a 4-point advantage. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. A give, and here comes Williams. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. And it sets up 4th down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
The Rams punting unit coming out. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Eagles offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. Here's Hurts. He'll take this himself. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is why you tailor your offense around a guy like this. I mean, every once in a while, mix in some design runs. He's got such game-changing ability with the ball in his hands. And here, he rips off a big one.
Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. The open receiver is Dotson. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Saquon Barkley, touchdown Philadelphia. He has come alive after the break. His third touchdown of the second half. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Rams offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. On the give, it's Williams. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. A shotgun snap to Stafford. That's caught downfield by Robinson. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A first down throw for Stafford. A dive and a catch. Incredible. Number 15 gets 15 yards out of that one, and he's got his team a first down.
And you love to see this. You find yourself here in the fourth quarter. Your team is trailing. You're trying to do anything possible to see if you can create some sort of late spark. He goes big-time effort on the layout catch, and he's able to pull it in and see if it could be a little bit of a spark here late in this ballgame.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
He'll drop this down to Williams, and that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit, and give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
Stafford now on third down. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. And he will score. Game on. Demarcus Robinson. Touchdown, LA. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Big spot for the Rams as they'll try to add a two-point conversion now. They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but their execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Covey now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and Jalen Hurts getting set for their next possession. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. He'll dodge one would-be tackler and wind up getting a nice gain of 6 on the play. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Hurts going to keep it on the option. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short gain.
Third and short, and Hurts will throw. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. Whoa! And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
Once again, it's Barkley. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
He's got his man. It's Smith. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
Here goes Hurts on the design run. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. And that last run sets a new NFL record. Most rush yards in a single game by a quarterback. It was set by Justin Fields when he was with the Bears. He had 178 on the ground in 2022. This game tops that. On second down, Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
And they'll throw here with Hurts. That one caught by Smith. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on third down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression, and at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. And he'll be taken down.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll lead to a second and goal.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. To throw is Hurts. Oh, that's one where he just needs to unload it, but he did not. It'll go down as a sack and a big loss of yards.
I understand what he's trying to do, Mike. He's thinking, can I extend this play? Can I get out of the pocket and buy some time for my receivers? But on these early downs, that's a ball that just needs to be thrown away.
Third and goal for Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now fourth down.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. From the 25, they'll go to work, 1st and 10. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Now a 2nd down throw for Stafford. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Stafford now on 2nd down. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Again, it's Stafford. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. And it comes to 4th and 2. They'll snap it. Here's Stafford. And he's going to have the Rams first down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
They'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
To throw on 2nd down, Stafford. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Throwing again is Stafford. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down.
If you can rush the passer, you can close out games. And that 3rd down sack is going to go a long way to closing this one out. Forces 4th and long, a desperate offensive possession. It's going to all come down to this 4th down try.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Stafford to throw it. Unloads downfield looking for Nakua. And this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're still one stop away from being the hero. They got to dial in, get their best defense called, and somehow find a way to keep them out of the end zone.
Listen to this crowd. These guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's going to be incomplete. The defense holds, stopping the 2-point conversion in the final minute, and this remains a 2-point game. In need of a recovery and a quick field goal, here comes the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens. But we can see here, an onside kick, not much of a chance.
Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll run it here with Saquon. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. In motion, the tight end Uzama. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And here comes the whistle and a timeout. 7 seconds to go. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.